My fellow Burkinabe, esteemed citizens of our beloved nation. Today, I address you with a message rooted in the spirit of unity, resilience, and unwavering commitment to the sovereignty and progress of Burkina Faso. Our nation stands at a pivotal moment in its history, a time when we are forging a path towards self-reliance, security, and prosperity. Every decision we make, every action we take, must serve the higher purpose of safeguarding our land, our people, and our future. It is with this conviction that I announce the cancellation of the proposed musical concert by the Nigerian artist, Davido, scheduled to take place in our country. This decision is not taken lightly, nor is it a reflection on the artist or his craft. Rather, it is a deliberate choice, grounded in the realities of our current national priorities and the need to protect our nation from external vulnerabilities. Allow me to explain why this step is necessary at this juncture. Burkina Faso is a nation in transformation. We are a people determined to rise above challenges, to rebuild our institutions, and to secure our territory against threats both internal and external. Our focus is on nation building, on strengthening our agricultural systems to ensure food security, on empowering our youth through education and opportunity, and on fortifying our defenses to protect our sovereignty. The energy, resources, and attention of our people are directed toward these noble pursuits. At this moment, hosting a large-scale entertainment event, while culturally enriching, does not align with the urgency of our collective mission. More critically, we must consider the broader implications of such an event. Burkina Faso is under intense scrutiny from external forces, some of whom do not wish to see our nation thrive as a self-sufficient and independent entity. The presence of a high-profile international figure, accompanied by global media coverage, risks opening a window for Western media and other external actors to exploit. Under the guise of reporting on a cultural event, there is a real danger that sensitive aspects of our land, our infrastructure, and our military operations could be exposed. In a time when we are working tirelessly to secure our borders and counter threats from those who seek to destabilize us, we cannot afford to provide any opportunity for espionage or reconnaissance that could leave Burkina Faso vulnerable to external attacks. Our military and security forces are engaged in a relentless effort to protect our people from terrorism and external aggression. Every resource, every moment, is dedicated to ensuring that our towns and villages remain safe, that our farmers can till their lands in peace, and that our children can grow up in a nation free from fear. Allowing an event of this magnitude, with its attendant international attention, could inadvertently compromise these efforts. The influx of foreign media, equipment, and personnel could create openings for those who seek to gather intelligence on our defenses, our strategies, and our progress. This is a risk we cannot take. Furthermore, the resources required to host such an event, security personnel, logistical support, and public infrastructure, would divert critical assets from our ongoing efforts to rebuild and secure our nation. Our police and military personnel are needed on the front lines, not managing crowds or securing concert venues. Our financial resources must be channeled into schools, hospitals, and agricultural initiatives that directly benefit our people, not into spectacles that, while enjoyable, do not contribute to our long-term goals. Let me be clear, this decision is not a rejection of culture, music, or the talents of artists like Davido, whose work resonates across Africa and beyond. We value the role of music in uniting people and celebrating our shared heritage. However, at this critical moment, our priority must be the protection and advancement of Burkina Faso. The eyes of the world are upon us, and we must remain vigilant, disciplined, and focused on the tasks at hand. My fellow Burkinabe, we are a nation of resilience, a people united by a common vision of a stronger, more prosperous future. We have faced adversity before, and we have emerged stronger each time. This decision is a reflection of our commitment to that vision, to ensuring that every step we take moves us closer to a Burkina Faso that is secure, self-reliant, and free from external interference. Let us continue to work together, to prioritize our nation's needs, and to protect the integrity of our homeland. My fellow citizens, let us delve deeper into the reasons behind this decision, for it is not merely about a single event, but about the broader context of our nation's journey and the strategic choices we must make to secure our future. Burkina Faso stands at a crossroads. We are a nation rich in history, culture, and potential, yet we face relentless challenges that demand our full attention and resolve. Our people are engaged in a monumental effort to reclaim our destiny, to build a nation that reflects our values of dignity, self-determination, and unity. Every policy, every action, must be measured against its contribution to this vision. Hosting a high-profile international concert, while appealing on the surface, risks diverting our focus from the urgent priorities of nation-building. Our youth, our farmers, our educators, and our soldiers are pouring their hearts into creating a Burkina Faso that stands tall among nations. We cannot afford to shift their attention or our resources toward an event that, while entertaining, does not address the immediate needs of our people. Consider the practical implications of such an event. A concert of this scale requires significant planning and resources. Security personnel to manage crowds, infrastructure to accommodate thousands of attendees, and coordination with international teams. These are resources we cannot spare at this moment. Our security forces are stretched thin, working day and night to protect our communities from threats that seek to undermine our stability. Diverting even a fraction of their efforts to secure a concert venue could weaken our defenses in critical areas. Our financial resources, too, are finite. Every franc spent on hosting an international event is a franc not invested in irrigation systems for our farmers, in medical supplies for our clinics, or in training programs for our youth. These are the investments that will yield lasting dividends for our nation, far beyond the fleeting joy of a single night's performance. Moreover, we must confront the reality of the global stage on which we operate. Burkina Faso is not just a nation, it is a symbol of African resilience and sovereignty. Our progress, our reforms, and our determination to chart our own path have drawn the attention of external powers, some of whom view our independence with unease. The arrival of a global celebrity like Davido, accompanied by international media, would inevitably bring a spotlight to our nation. While this could be seen as an opportunity to showcase our culture, it also opens the door to exploitation. Western media outlets, under the pretext of covering a cultural event, could use their presence to gather intelligence on our military operations, our infrastructure, and our strategic initiatives. Drones, cameras, and other recording devices, brought in under the guise of media coverage, could capture sensitive information about our defenses. Information that could be used to undermine our security. This is not mere speculation. It is a lesson drawn from history. Across Africa, nations striving for self-determination have often been targeted by external actors seeking to maintain influence or destabilize progress. In Burkina Faso, we have seen the consequences of external interference, and we are resolute in our commitment to prevent it. Our military operations, which are critical to securing our borders and protecting our people, must remain shielded from prying eyes. A high-profile event, with its attendant influx of foreign personnel and equipment, could create vulnerabilities that our adversaries might exploit. A single breach, whether through aerial surveillance, intercepted communications, or compromised logistics, could jeopardize the safety of our people and the integrity of our nation. Furthermore, we must consider the message this decision sends to our people and to the world. By prioritizing nation-building over entertainment, we affirm our commitment to discipline and focus. We demonstrate that Burkina Faso is not swayed by the allure of spectacle, but is instead guided by a vision of long-term prosperity and security. Our youth, in particular, look to us for leadership that reflects their aspirations. They are not asking for distractions. They are asking for opportunities to learn, to work, to build, and to defend their homeland. By redirecting our energies toward these goals, we inspire them to continue their efforts with pride and purpose. Let us also reflect on the broader cultural context. Music and art are vital to our identity as Burkinabe, and we will always celebrate the contributions of artists, both local and international. However, the timing and context of such celebrations matter. At this moment, our cultural expression must be rooted in the realities of our struggle. Our artists, our griots, and our storytellers are already weaving narratives of resilience and hope that resonate with our people. We do not need external validation to affirm our cultural richness. We are building it ourselves, through our festivals, our traditions, and our collective spirit. My fellow Burkinabe, this decision is a testament to our strength and our clarity of purpose. It is a recognition that our path to greatness requires sacrifice, vigilance, and an unwavering focus on what truly matters. We are not closing our doors to the world. We are simply choosing the terms on which we engage with it. When the time is right, when our nation is secure and our people are thriving, we will welcome artists and celebrations with open arms. But for now, our priority is clear: to protect our sovereignty, to strengthen our defenses, and to build a Burkina Faso that stands as a beacon of hope and resilience for all of Africa. My fellow Burkinabe, as I have outlined, the cancellation of Davido's concert is a decision rooted in our commitment to safeguarding our nation's security and prioritizing our collective efforts toward nation building. But let me be clear, this is not a permanent rejection of cultural exchange or the talents of artists like Davido, whose music resonates across our continent and beyond. On the contrary, we envision a future where Burkina Faso will warmly welcome such artists, including Davido himself, to celebrate with us on our soil. That time will come when our nation is at peace with its internal challenges, when our development is firmly on track, and when we can host such events without compromising our sovereignty or security. Allow me to elaborate on this vision and why we must first focus on resolving our internal priorities. Burkina Faso is a nation of immense potential, but we are not blind to the challenges we face. Our people have endured years of instability, from terrorist threats that have displaced families and disrupted livelihoods to economic hardships that have tested our resilience. Yet, in the face of these adversities, we have shown the world what it means to stand firm, to unite, and to rebuild. Our government, together with our citizens, is working tirelessly to address these internal problems. We are strengthening our security forces to reclaim every inch of our territory, ensuring that our villages and towns are safe havens for our people. We are investing in agriculture to achieve food sovereignty, so no Burkinabe goes hungry. We are building schools and vocational programs to empower our youth, equipping them with the skills to drive our economy forward. These are the foundations of a peaceful and prosperous Burkina Faso, a nation that can confidently open its doors to the world. When we speak of peace, we do not mean merely the absence of conflict. True peace for Burkina Faso means a nation where every citizen has access to opportunity, where our children can learn without fear, where our farmers can cultivate their lands without threat, and where our communities thrive in harmony. This peace requires us to resolve the internal challenges that have long held us back, whether it is the scourge of terrorism, the legacy of economic dependency, or the need for stronger governance. Only when we have achieved this stability can we fully embrace the joy and unity that events like a Davido concert can bring. Such an event, held in a time of peace, would not only be a celebration of music but a testament to our triumph as a nation. Imagine a Burkina Faso where our internal problems are behind us, where our military stands strong and uncompromised, where our infrastructure supports thriving communities, and where our people are united in pride and purpose. In that Burkina Faso, we will welcome artists like Davido with open hearts, not as a distraction from our struggles but as a celebration of our successes. His music, with its themes of resilience, joy, and African pride, will resonate deeply with the people who have overcome adversity to build a brighter future. We will dance together in our stadiums, sing together in our streets, and show the world that Burkina Faso is not only a nation of struggle but a nation of victory. However, to reach that moment, we must remain disciplined and focused. Hosting a high-profile event now, before we have secured this foundation, would be premature. It would risk diverting our attention from the critical work of stabilizing our nation and building the systems that will sustain us for generations. It would also expose us to external risks at a time when we are still fortifying our defenses. The presence of international media, technical crews, and foreign visitors, while culturally enriching, could provide opportunities for those who do not wish us well to exploit our vulnerabilities. We have seen how external actors, under the guise of cultural or humanitarian engagement, have sought to undermine African nations in the past. Burkina Faso will not allow itself to become a stage for such agendas. When we invite the world to our home, it will be on our terms, with our security assured and our sovereignty intact. This vision of a peaceful and developed Burkina Faso is not a distant dream, it is within our reach. Every day, our farmers are planting seeds for a food-secure future. Our soldiers are reclaiming territory, ensuring that our people can live without fear. Our youth are stepping into roles as innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders. These efforts are the building blocks of the nation we aspire to be. When we have laid this foundation, when our internal challenges are resolved, we will have the capacity to host events that showcase our culture and our progress to the world. A Davido concert in that Burkina Faso will not just be a performance. It will be a global declaration of our resilience, a moment when we say to the world, "We have overcome, and we are ready to celebrate." Until that day comes, we must remain steadfast. The resources, energy, and focus required to host an international event must be directed toward the urgent tasks before us: securing our borders, rebuilding our communities, and empowering our people. We must protect our nation from external threats, whether they come in the form of armed aggression or subtle attempts to exploit our openness. By making this choice, we are not closing ourselves off from the world. We are preparing ourselves to engage with it as a stronger, more confident nation. My fellow Burkinabe, let us hold fast to this vision. Let us work together to resolve our internal challenges, to build a nation that is peaceful, prosperous, and secure. When that day comes, we will welcome artists like Davido to share in our joy, to celebrate our culture, and to stand with us as partners in our triumph. For now, let us channel our energies into the work that will make that moment possible. Our unity, our determination, and our commitment to Burkina Faso's future will lead us to that day. A day when we can celebrate not just as a nation, but as a beacon of hope and strength for all of Africa. My fellow Burkinabe, as we envision a future where we can celebrate our triumphs with artists like Davido, let me also address other artists, both international and regional, who may have similar plans to perform in Burkina Faso at this time. To them, I say with the utmost respect and clarity, any events of this nature, regardless of the artist or their intentions, will face the same cancellation. This decision does not stem from disdain or disregard for their talents, their contributions to African culture, or the joy they bring to millions. Rather, it is a decision born of necessity, rooted in our unwavering commitment to the security and sovereignty of our nation. Allow me to elaborate further on why this stance applies broadly and why it is a matter of being security conscious, not a rejection of art or culture. Burkina Faso is a nation under transformation, but it is also a nation under threat. We face adversaries who seek to exploit any opportunity to undermine our progress, whether through direct aggression or through subtler means such as espionage or destabilization. A high-profile event, regardless of the artist headlining it, brings with it a constellation of risks: international media, foreign crews, advanced equipment, and large gatherings that could strain our resources and expose vulnerabilities. Whether it is a global superstar like Davido, a celebrated African artist, or an emerging talent, the logistical and security demands of such events are the same. Each concert, each spectacle, carries the potential to open windows into our nation that could be exploited by those who do not share our vision for a strong and independent Burkina Faso. Let me emphasize that this is not about singling out any individual or group. Our decision applies equally to all artists who might seek to perform here during this critical period. We deeply value the contributions of musicians, poets, and storytellers who uplift the spirit of Africa and inspire our people. Your work is a beacon of hope, a celebration of our shared heritage, and a reminder of the resilience that defines us. But at this moment, our nation's focus must remain on securing our borders, rebuilding our communities, and addressing the internal challenges that stand in the way of our progress. The resources required to host your performances, security personnel, infrastructure, and public attention, are resources we need to channel into protecting our people, empowering our youth, and building a foundation for lasting peace. To the artists who dream of performing in Burkina Faso, know this: we look forward to the day when we can welcome you with open arms. When our nation has overcome its internal struggles, when our security is assured, and when our people are thriving, we will invite you to share your gifts with us. Your music, your art, and your presence will be a celebration of our collective victory, a moment when we can stand together as a united people and showcase the beauty of Burkina Faso to the world. That day will come, and when it does, we will dance, sing, and rejoice together, knowing that we have earned that moment through our hard work and sacrifice. This decision, though difficult, is a reflection of our love for our nation and our determination to protect it. It is not a rejection of culture, but a prioritization of survival and progress. We are a nation that cherishes art, but we are also a nation that understands the cost of vulnerability. The international spotlight that comes with high-profile events, whether led by Davido or any other artist, could expose us to risks we cannot afford. Risks of surveillance, risks of destabilization, risks of diverting our focus from the urgent work of nation-building. By saying no to these events now, we are saying yes to a future where such celebrations can take place in a Burkina Faso that is secure, prosperous, and proud. My fellow Burkinabe, let us stand together in this moment of resolve. Let us remain focused on the tasks before us, securing our homeland, empowering our people, and building a nation that reflects our highest aspirations. To the artists who wish to share their talents with us, we say, wait for us. We will meet you in a brighter future, when our nation is at peace and our development is firmly rooted. To our people, I say, let us continue to work with discipline, unity, and courage. The sacrifices we make today will pave the way for a Burkina Faso that shines as a beacon of hope and strength across Africa. Together, we will overcome our challenges. Together, we will build a nation that is secure, self-reliant, and ready to celebrate its victories with the world. Until that day, let us keep our eyes on the horizon, our hands on the plow, and our hearts united in the pursuit of a better Burkina Faso. Thank you, and may our nation rise ever stronger.